I appreciate it. Please hug me later. All right. Are we ready for the next talk? His name is Spike, and you know what? Spike's mom and dad are watching right now. This is what live stream is for, ladies and gentlemen. From Spike. What's something that you did when you were younger that makes you cringe to think about, makes me cringe to think about now? Riding our bikes in the summer nights, chasing the pesticide trucks and their clouds of poison for kicks. Hey, Spike's mom and dad. Okay. Did you know what Spike was doing when you were... Also, what is the most impressive random fact you know? It is impossible to hum while holding your nose. Fortunately for everyone, I tried doing it backstage. He is correct. But still, if you want to try, please do. I like proving things wrong, and I couldn't. It was like a weird guttural moaning noise. I mean, but it, yeah, no humming. Anyway, let's bring Spike out to the stage.
Thank you. Hey, wait a minute. You did this to me last time. You're not going to give me a hug as you go?
Oh, my God.
Yes, you did that last time. All right.
Really?
I'm not bumping you off. Let's keep that going. Let's keep this energy going, folks. You can make noise during mine. Is anything made you guys mad about money in the last year? Yes or no? Yeah. How about the last month? What about today? Anything tick you off? Absolutely. Well, I'm going to try to provide some solutions for you before I'm done. But since we're here in Denver, do you guys remember what an Epic Pass cost when they first came out in 2008? It was like $300, $400. Does anybody know what they cost now? $1,000, nearly triple what they once cost. And do you get 3 times as much mountain to ski down? So many things have tripled, not just here in Denver, but across the country. Home prices since 2008 have tripled. The cost of eggs has tripled. This receipt went viral last week. This is burgers, fries, and a soda at a fast food restaurant for $22. I don't think we can call what's going on right now just regular plain old inflation. In fact, there's a lot of words we'd like to call it, but I've created insane inflation. The meteoric rise of all costs and goods and services at the same time across industries. My car insurance a few weeks ago, it went from $250 every 6 months to $789 every 6 months. I hadn't been in an accident, nothing changed. I called them, I said, what's going on? They said, inflation. But here's the thing, folks. Capitalism can work when there's independent, competitive pricing. Capitalism does not work when inflation becomes Tony Soprano and says, I'll give you 2 choices, either pay me more or pay me more. And that's what's going on. But seriously, capitalism, I'm on both sides of this. It can work. We've seen higher cost things like mutual funds give way to things like exchange traded funds. We've been cutting the cable cord to use things like streaming services, right? And right now, whether you like it or not, we're still the #1 country in the world for GDP. We have accumulated the highest amount of assets, $269 trillion in assets, and it might have something to do with the fact that we work more days of the year than any other country on this planet. So all of these #1s that we are, it should make sense that we have a balanced budget, right? Not even close. $34 trillion in debt, but I will tell you this. You and I are paying our fair share. We pay over 52% of the taxes that go to our federal government, and only 10% of that comes from the corporations. Taking a deeper dive into this right now, I look back from the Employee Benefit Institute and the Economic Policy Institute. Back in the 1960s, CEO to worker pay was about a 20-to-1 ratio. Today, it's on average over 341 to 1. That's over 1,200%. All right, so let me give you an example. There is one billionaire CEO out there right now who a few weeks ago actually asked for $56 billion in annual pay, and he pays his top-line factory workers $39 an hour. That's 700,000 to 1, and here's the thing. This fellow could afford to pay those workers $100 an hour, making his factory workers earn over $200,000 a year, and he could still afford to build his rocket ships and play astronaut with his buddies. So let me give you an example of a boss man who did it right last year. This boss man created over $5 billion of revenue all across the country. They were so pleased with their lower level workers that they actually tipped and not only paid their annual salary, but tipped each one of their truck drivers, 50 local truck drivers, over $100,000 apiece. Does anybody know who this boss man is? Taylor Swift, that's right. We need more T Swifts making the rules out there. So let me give you some things to do right now to be aware of. Number one, be aware of taxes over the next few years, the next few decades. We need to consider using a Roth 401k where we maybe pay our taxes now if taxes go up on us later. Another thing we want to do is you know how to take a look out for costs when you're shopping. No matter what you do, you need to do the same thing with investments. Most people on the far side over there, you look at returns. You also need to take a look at the expense ratio. These are all the same, but they all have different costs. And I know I'm talking about money, but I truly believe this. The most valuable capital that every single one of us has is our personnel bank account, the people in our lives. This is what we need to value most. Lastly, if I can just say this out there, if you can, give when you can. Now, I'm no Taylor Swift, so the best thing I can do to lead by example, for the next 10 people who go up to the bar, I've just pre-purchased the next 10 beverages. Those are on me. I'm serious. Go to the bar. Folks, you can have capitalism with compassion. And that's what I'm trying to strive for. And if you'd like to try to figure out how to do that together, you can scan my QR code. If you're frustrated about stuff, I love to hear your stories. Thank you for your time. Be kind to each other.
I'm going to give you a real big.
I know.
And now I'm going to the bar.
Yeah, go to the bar.
I'd also like to mention tonight that Uber and Lyft is available for those of you who do take advantage of Spike's next drink that's on him. Seriously, that's humbling. And I didn't know that about Taylor Swift, but I am a Chiefs fan. Sorry.